Discover the #1 helicopter training system on the web. Welcome to Helicopter Online Ground School.
Hello, this is Kenny with Helicopter Online Ground School. Let's get right to it. We're going into fall of 2013, and you may be wondering, what is this Helicopter Ground School all about? It's about helping you prepare for your helicopter check ride. There's so much for you to know between the flying portion of your check ride, oral portion of your check ride. It can be pretty overwhelming, I know firsthand. That's where our training comes into play. We're adding new content weekly. And if you've been watching what we've been doing, you see that is actually the case. We are adding new content all the time. Right now, we have over 15 hours of video demonstration, which is there and available for you to learn at your own pace 24/7. You can log in from anywhere. We offer 4 hours of live classroom time, which can be one-on-one, and we occasionally have group trainings that you can join in as well, members-only training. We have this new online classroom that's really cool. We've been in there with some of the members. This is what we can use to do one-on-one stuff. If you say, hey, Kenny, man, I'm having trouble with aerodynamics. Can you help me out? I can pull up something I already have built. I can build something new. I'm getting better at building this stuff. This online classroom is cool. We can use this for one-on-one instruction and the group trainings as well. And you can just log in and watch me. I do the training. You can just ask questions in chat, or you can log in with your own webcam if you want, and that's fine too. But this thing is really cool, and we've used it and had a lot of fun with it. And I can draw some really cool stuff in there. And if I don't have something already made that I can use, I can always make something. If you say, hey, Kenny, I'm having trouble with aerodynamics. Okay, we'll schedule a time and we'll jump online and we'll do some online training. So again, you do have access to the group training when we have members only training. Then I say another 4 hours of online live classroom check ride preparation, which ultimately you can use this time however you want. I originally only offered 4 hours. Now I'm offering 8 just because if you have seen the story with Dave, we spent 4 hours on the phone the night before his check ride, just going over stuff, and that 4 hours went by really fast. So I want to make sure I add even more value to the training. Not only do we have the training that's in there now and recorded that you can watch anytime, I really want the added value of live stuff, and it benefits both of us because I can use presentations I build for you in other situations. It's pretty much a win-win. And if you're willing to be recorded, you could be on our site and be seen around the world getting helicopter instruction. That's kind of cool. So ground training is expensive, and I just did some numbers here. If you did 40 hours of ground time with an instructor at $35 an hour, there's $1,400. If you're flying with somebody who charges more per hour, and this isn't unreasonable, there's guys out there charging $60, there's guys charging more than that, it could be $2,400. It can rack up pretty quick. There's your low end to high end if you spent 40 hours with your instructor doing ground time. So in reality, the money that we're charging for our course is pretty darn reasonable. And it's there when you're ready to study, when it works for you. That's what's so cool about it. You can use us as extra help. You're still going to do ground time with your instructor wherever you're flying in the world. We're offering something that's pretty valuable and pretty unique. And I build it due to the need of something like this. When I was new to all this, that's me and the Schweitzer way back when I was first training. I did all this driving, and I always thought, man, I wish I had something I could listen to. At that time, MP3 wasn't really that big yet, if we even had them. But anyway, I just know from when I was training, I'd have loved to have something like this available because I struggled so much. So that's where this whole thing comes from. I failed my first private pilot test. You've probably already heard that in some of my marketing. And it's the truth. You know, it's the best thing that probably ever happened to me. I built my notebook after my failure just because I was frustrated with having all these books, notes, and all this stuff, and not having one good place to study. So I get through all my ratings, and my first 2 jobs, Chicago and Cleveland, flying the Instrom and Robinson, and I flew some in Indiana too in between those jobs. I kind of went back and forth, ended up moving into the Schweitzer later on as well. I've been heavy into training for a long time. Several of my students would joke and say, you should write your own training manual. And we always kind of laughed about it. And all along the way, I was always using my notebook to prep people as my last step before sending them to a check ride. So I've always stayed busy instructing and started out doing 135 charter news reporting in the Jet Ranger. I got the opportunity to do that. That was awesome. And got into the EMS world, flew the BK-117 and the EC-135. Started Fort Wayne helicopters. Then I'm flying in the EC-135, and this young man you see here, tall, skinny kid, Nick Logan, he comes to work where I'm working, and he gets me blogging, and I hear him in the other room talking about marketing, and he's going, oh, you should be doing a blog and doing videos, and I kind of got into that, and then pretty soon he's like, you should start an online ground school, and here we are. He said, base it on your notebook. So I did. We went live March 1st, 2012. And it's been a big learning experience. I've learned so much in a year and a half, it's not even funny. But I had to go through what I did to get where I'm at now. And I'm still learning every single day. I'm getting better, I'm getting faster, and I'm getting to where I'm pretty darn proud of this training. And if you go in and take a look around, either the free membership or if you take our 24-hour test drive, you can see some of the comments that current customers are making. And it's great to go in and get a feel what it's all about so you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. I like that part about it. So we have 10 original modules of training. Those are still in there, still intact. I've tried doing some updating along the way. And as I proceed on and things keep changing, that's going to get all redone. But it is there right now and it's in place. And it's good training, especially if you're already flying or you're doing an add-on, because I've just randomly kind of going through stuff, things that you got to know to get through the test. The thing about it is, I started getting customers that hadn't even started flying yet, wanted to go ahead and get the training. So we added a basics section for those of you that are just starting out. And we're continuing to build on that as we go. And you probably know I've been adding modules on the Robinson R22 and R44. We're hard at work on that. The R44's turned out so much better, I need to go back now and start redoing the R22 as well. Just again, as my skills get better, I go back and look and say, man, I could have done this way, or I could have done that way. And we just put 2 new tabs in for the instrument Schweitzer. I'm going to start filtering stuff in there as well because I already have some things. I'm going to get those in there. I'm going to do some MP3s just like on some of the procedures to kind of get it going for those of you consuming the instrument Schweitzer stuff. I'm building this stuff as fast as I can. And we have another one. I started laying it out for the practical test standards to go right from scratch because people have asked for that style of by the book training going right down the list. But I just got asked by a pretty good sized flight school to build training for their 141 program and instrument program. So in the deal, of course, I'm going to get to incorporate some of this stuff into my training, which is awesome. And we also have the notebook in there. There's a notebook download. And I still have a notebook CD available. And we have MP3 files. And I just got hooked up with iTunes. So I'm just figuring out how to do this. So I do have MP3 files in Online Ground School now. And I'm going to figure out how to make this work in iTunes and find a better way for you to get these, hopefully. So we're working on that now. Pretty excited about that. So if you decide you want to join today, down below and click the button and you purchase, you should get immediate access to our training system. Right after you purchase, you'll get a login, password, and email sent right to your email. And in the event you do and you have some kind of problem logging in or you don't get the email, email me ASAP at fortwaynehelicopters@gmail.com and I'll get to it as fast as I can. System works pretty good most of the time, but once in a while we have a little glitch. So if you do purchase, let me know and I'll get on it as fast as I can. So I think there's a lot of value in this online classroom thing. Some of the customers have used it and it's been a really neat deal. And if you've been in the site or you go in, you can see a little bit of the talk about that. So the price for our online membership is $277. That is online membership. It's a lifetime membership. It doesn't expire. Most people want to get their rating done in 6 months or a year, but sometimes it turns out that it takes a lot longer than that. I understand that. That's why I'm not limited to 6 months or a year. You purchase it, you've got it. And I have one customer in Canada who's already a pilot. He says, hey, as a pilot, we forget a lot of this stuff. And he goes, I come back and use your training for a refresher. And I think that's incredible. And if you're interested in the DVD option, that's the same online training with the addition of a set of DVDs. This all started as a customer request. In the beginning, I only planned on online. Young man calls up, says, hey, I don't have good internet access. Can I have DVDs? And I said, well, let me see if I can make them. And I did, and some people want the DVD, which is kind of cool. I got some guys that really love them. So the DVDs I have now, the 10 original modules are on 6 DVDs. I have a Helicopter 3's DVD and the notebook on CD. That is the current package. But as things are changing, as we know they are, we can get creative with this one. If you're flying the R44 and you buy now, I don't have a problem with burning the first 5 modules and including that or replacing that instead of the notebook, whether you do or don't want that. This one, we do have to be creative because I'm adding so much. There's just no way that I can always be completely on top of everything and have everything ready and available on DVD. And you can always just email me a special request and we can always discuss that one. Because I want satisfied customers. I'll do whatever it takes. Well, you know what I mean, to an extent. But I'm serious. I do want satisfied customers. I want you to be happy with the training. That's why I'll mention our 24-hour test drive again. I just like that because, again, you can go in, take a look, see what you think. Just when you email me and request it, let me know when you want it to start. Because some guys say, hey, I want to take it, or gals say they want to take it. A day and a half later, they go, oh, man, I never got to log in. Just let me know. Say, hey, can you start my test drive Tuesday at 4? And then that way you know you got the 24-hour period to go in, take a look around, see what you think. Oh, yeah, and for now, The shipping is on me if you want the DVDs. I ship them to you. That's my cost, and I've shipped DVDs around the world. So at this time, the shipping is on me for the DVDs. So these are our current packages. That's where we're at right now. We'll be sure and update this video as soon as the next phase progresses and things move on. But so you know, it's current. We are in the end of August 2013, and that's where we're at. So what have I forgot? Probably something. Any questions, email me at fortwaynehelicopters@gmail.com, and I'll try to get your questions answered as fast as I can. So if you have any questions, email me there, or you can always get a hold of me at helicopterground.com on the sign up homepage. Send me your request there. So thanks for checking out our training, checking out this video, sitting and listening to me for a little bit, go on and on and on. And if you are ready to get started today, there is a link down below. There's 2 links actually. So go down there, press your link, get your request in, and get started. Again, if you do purchase today, you have any problems, just email me and I'll get with you absolutely as fast as I can. And we'll go from there. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me and checking out our training. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you later.